my next guests became very big in Hollywood after the film they created, Saw, which led to a very successful horror franchise. Went on for 7 years, creating 7 very horrific Saw movies with more rumoured in the pipeline. Now, James Wan and Leigh Whannell have paired up again to create one of the most horrific horror films I have ever seen. To kick off the Japanese version of The Ring, my top place of the scariest films I have seen of all time. James and Leigh, I'm a little bit nervous of you guys, given how much you freaked me out with this film.
I just like that we knocked Ring off the top
spot.
Thank you so much.
Completely knocked it off.
That's awesome.
Now, before I jump into my questions, why do you think I got freaked out so much by this film? And I lost so much sleep?
I think you're a wuss like the two of us.
I'm a wuss.
Yeah, we're big wussies.
Clearly we're cut from the same cloth. We're pretty much frightened by anything as well.
And I think that's why Leigh and I are capable of making scary films, is because we get scared very easily, and we know what's scary, and we try to put that up on the screen.
Yeah.
Now, how would you class this type of horror? Because it's not like your typical kind of slash and gore kind of horror movie, a bit similar to Saw. I wouldn't quite call it a thriller. I kind of, the way I've been describing it to my friends is that it kind of crawls into my head and it rattles around a bit. How do you guys describe this movie?
Well, I think technically it's a supernatural thriller.
It's a classic haunted house film. You could say it's a haunted house film that becomes something else.
It's a haunted house film with a twist.
With a heart.
Evil twist.
It's like a cocktail. I love a haunted house with a twist. Yeah, I think it does get inside your head. I think the type of terror and horror that this film is dealing with is of a much more quiet and still type or ilk than recent horror films, which are much louder and almost like action horror. They're horror films, but they're kind of fast-paced, which to us doesn't exactly equal scares. To really get under your skin, you need things to be quiet and still. And
one big question that I have for you guys is after like a hard day, like directing or editing horror, or after writing horror for like a whole day, how do you guys come down from that and come back to reality? Do you guys like go home, curl up with the missus, hot chocolate, watch Mary Poppins, or do you carry on the horror? Do you get puppies and kittens and put them into wheelie bins? What do you
we never come down from reality. I mean, reality is scary. I think the real world is scary. We live inside our heads.
Yeah, I know. I mean, when I was writing the film, I was writing it at 3 o'clock in the morning. In a house where everyone else was asleep.
You're kidding.
I'm sitting there writing these scenes, listening to scary music.
You're just freaking me out.
Yeah, then I would take the headphones out, close the laptop, and be lying there in bed, dead awake, thinking, okay, I've just created this scene that is now scaring the hell out of me, and it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I got nowhere to run.
Now, to finish on, guys, I want to get into your heads and I want to find out what makes you guys tick. So I've got a few images I will show you.
Okay.
I just want to know the first thing that comes into your head. I'm going to be very
Rorschach images. This will be
ready?
fun.
First one.
Okay.
What comes into your head?
That is a butterfly.
Butterfly with a skull head.
With the head. Okay, that's 2 caterpillars having a conversation, but their guts are hanging out.
James?
I see a cartoon cow. 2 cartoon cows.
2 cartoon cows. Next.
That is a frightening sort of...
Spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down.
Yeah, to me that is somebody who clearly enjoys torturing birds and is about to crush that thing.
That's actually one of my...
That's why you wrote this film.
That's my favourite movie.
Last 2.
Wow, what do we say? Pure horror. Just pure horror.
And last one to finish, guys.
Oh, goodness and light.
Goodness
and the opposite of what we do, which is
crap.
Make people scared. That makes me think that I don't really do much in the world.
Yeah.
Cool. So guys, just one final one.
Wow, is that Richard Branson hanging out with one of the Teletubbies?
No Edmonds and Mr. Blobby.
Ah, I see.
That's pretty frightening.
To me, that's creepy.
That's creepy as
I
heck.
have to say that there's nothing frightening, more frightening in this world than British children's television.
Great, and that's why you write very scary horror films.
Yeah.
James and Leigh, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you for Wurzel Gummidge and Chucky and all the rest of the BBC shows that led to this.